The 9/11 of 2001, the World Trade Center was attacked and destroyed. The people think the attackers were the Islamic terrorists from Saudi Arabia and several other Arab nations. People think that Osama bin Laden was the one that ordered the attack to the World Trade Center. It began at 8:45 a.m. on a clear Tuesday morning. An American Airlines Boeing 767 loaded with 20,000 gallons of jet fuel crashed into the north tower of the World Trade Center in a burning hole near the 80th floor, instantly killing hundreds of people and trapping hundreds more in higher floors. Then, 18 minutes after the first plane hit, a second Boeing 767 United Airlines Flight 175 appeared out of the sky, turned sharply toward the World Trade Center, and slid into the south tower near the 60th floor. The collision caused a massive explosion that showered burning debris over surrounding buildings and streets below. We could say that this day will be remembered in the United States for all the time because in this day 2,977 people were dead, and only in the Twin Towers 2,753 people were dead. This day will be remembered for all these lives that were gone, and because it is the biggest terrorist attack in United States history. Do you know that it has been the deadliest day in history for New York firefighters, killing 343 firefighters? Fine. What do you think about the attack to the Twin Towers?
The attack on the World Trade Center in 2001. I remember I was playing a computer game when it happened. It was almost unbelievable because the United States had not been the target of an attack all throughout its history. When you think about it, the United States was involved in World War I, in World War II, even during the Cold War. It was fighting some surrogate wars in the Middle East and in Asia, but it was never an actual victim or a target of a direct attack in its infrastructure. So it really changed the pattern on the military history of the United States when they were actually targeted and they were victims of an attack. What do I think? I think many things. First of all, it generated many theories on why it had taken place, and it generated a lot of fear, of course. And based on this fear, politicians in the United States used people's fears to launch a military campaign against terrorism, the war on terrorism, which was a form of payback because, well, people did not want to die in a terrorist attack, people did not want to die on an airplane, people did not want to be a victim, does not want, up to this day, does not want to be a victim of a terrorist attack. So what politicians did was play on these fears in order to get elected with a program that launched a massive military campaign, a massive military war on terrorism. And the concept of terrorist started becoming very malleable to some extent. Because who is a terrorist? If you ask someone in the Middle East, they're gonna tell you something. If you ask someone in Spain or in Colombia, they're gonna tell you something else. If you ask people in the United States, there are like different definitions of terrorism. And depending on how you define it, well, it also means how you're gonna make war against it. The immediate effect of the attack on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon was that the United States decided to invade both Afghanistan and Iraq. And this generated terrible political, diplomatic consequences at a global scale. Basically, we're living in a post-World Trade Center attacks world because, again, it, in a sense, justified United States intervention in the Middle East and in Afghanistan. I'm not saying it is bad, I'm not saying it is good, I'm not trying to justify it, or to criticize it. I'm just saying it happened based on a program of President George Bush, which in the point of view of many analysts, political analysts of the moment, built his campaign on the fear of a terrorist attack. So, in my view, the worst consequences of the World Trade Center were not for the United States. On the contrary, in the United States, the military industry and multinational corporations, and especially the oil industry, skyrocketed in the next 10 years because of the military intervention of the United States in all these different countries.